Hi guys, welcome to Geeks 40k. This is a super quick video just to show you how I have converted the Devourer with Brain Leech Worm for my Carnifexes. I'm thinking of probably doing this for a flying Hive Tyrant as well, but this is a really simple conversion. It needs a few elements and a bit of sticking together, and I will talk to you about it. Obviously the one in the picture, this is the Forge Your one. So this is the one that you can go and pay, I think they're £13 I think at the moment. Might be a little bit more than that, but it is absolutely beautiful. It's put something that's that good in a codex you really want to be putting these on monstrous creatures, and definitely flying Hive Tyrants, which is, like I said, a project for later. However, instead of, I've got, with every Tyranid box set, you get hundreds of bits. So I'm not a massive, I'm not a great modeler, but I felt I could probably do this fairly simple conversion myself, and I'm really happy with how it's come out. So I'm just sharing my ideas with you guys, basically. So this is my conversion. So as you can see, it's almost the same scale. It's actually a bit bulky around the top, actually. The guns are almost exactly the same, and all it is is two. The thing you need to do for this is you need two Carnifex kits. So for every other one you can do, you're gonna have to buy these ones or buy bits off the internet or whatever. But basically, yeah, the pieces you're going to need for this conversion are, excuse me, the pieces you're going to need for this conversion are the claw of the Carnifex, and then two left arms. So you need so what we're going to do is we're going to be converting this one out of these pieces. So what you're going to need is this is going to create the bulk of the arm. So as with this one, that's where the bulk of the arm on the right hand side is coming from. So that's going to be the bulk of the arm, which is going to hold the guns in place. And then what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking two two left hand Devourers, and we're going to be flipping them like so. So what they're going to be doing is they're going to be sitting like that, and then this arm is going to be holding them there. So really all you need to do this conversion is chop off these arms, chop off that claw here, and the important bit is to leave this chunky meaty piece on, because that's the bit that makes it look like it's evolved into the guns. So you want to be cutting down, so you can see down this line here, which I'll be doing in a second. And then the only other things you really need to cut off is these pipes, because they get in the way of overlapping. Once those pipes come off, this goes together very neatly. So so what you're going to need for this is meaty pair of clippers, a file just to make the cut smoother, the most useful tool Citadel has ever produced, and something I'm not even sure they still produce anymore, but I've got tons of this stuff, and this is old green stuff. And if you bought a pack this size, this is probably 10 years old, and it still works perfectly well. So yeah, if you bought this, I mean, I've probably used about a centimetre of it in all my years of modelling. So, and then finally, trusty super glue. So that is all you're going to need. So let's get started. Okay, right, let's get clipping. Let's hope I don't mess this up, because I've only done it once so far, and now I'm doing it for film for you guys, so let's hope this goes okay. Right, so the best way to attack this, probably here. And the way I approached this the first time, which I'm going to approach it this time, is you can always clip off more, but you can't unclip something you've already clipped, so it's coming off now, that is. And the reason why this is possible is because Tyranids are organic. The green stuff doesn't look too bad. There we go, it's coming off now. Yeah, the Tyranids are organic, so any of this sort of residue, if you do it on a Space Marine, you have to be really neat, and you're probably best to get a saw. I mean, you're probably better to do a saw anyway, but so that basically is the knuckle. So that's where the guns are going to be attached to from about the arm up. So we're going to be flipping them round like so, and then putting them on there. So it's it looks quite tricky, and it certainly it turned out so well the first time. I'm confident I can do it again. Okay, so what I've done so far, all I've done is cut the pipes off. The reason I cut the pipes off was just so that these guns will go together better. So one thing to note when you're doing this is make sure the eyes are on the outside. So just like the eyes are on the outside on this one, and the eyes are on the outside of this one as well. So that's one thing just to double check. So now what I do now is, what I did last time is I found a really nice place where when these sort of squish together. And then what I did was, once I was happy with the position they were in, I glued them together. So I glue them so effectively they become one piece, and then all I have to do is remove this section here, the arm section, and then fill it to about there. And it will require a bit of green stuff just to make the mould smooth, but you'll see where I'll come. So I'll move to the next bit. Okay, with that, you can see this is just one sturdy piece now. I was quite liberal with the super glue, just because obviously it's you're not actually moulding onto any lines or anything like this. So, but as you can see, it's a pretty snug fit. So now what we need to do is we just need to remove. Where is it? There it is. Now all we need to do is we need to remove most of the bottom arm here and just a tad. So basically that there is where that big bulky piece of gun at the top here is where we want that to sit. So that's what's going to give its length. That's what's going to give its moulding out of this big knuckle sort of things. Yeah, so I'll be cutting this bit here, this bit just at the top here. So I'll go away and do that. I'll come back and show you what it looks like. Okay guys, now we're almost there now, because we've got chopped these arms off. One went flying, so I can't show you what bit I chopped off. So almost there. So as you can see, that there is not hugely flush, but because I've glued these together, when I clip them in one angle, it makes a smooth line in that direction. So when I've filed this down by the way to make a nice flat surface, but when I actually push that onto there's not much wriggle room, and then all we have to do really is glue it in place, and then just make it look aesthetically a bit better, because you could theoretically just glue it and just keep it still, but I wanted to make it look like it belonged there. So all we're going to do now is gluing this together, letting it dry, and then just using a little bit of green stuff to take off some of these sharp edges. See the horrible sharp edge there? So we're just going to be using a bit of green stuff to make that mould into the rest of the arm. So I will glue this together, and then I'll show you how I do the green stuff. Okay, one last bit. So we've mixed our green stuff. You only need a very small amount, and then what you're going to need is going to be one of these modelling tools, sort of thing. This is really just so you can get some, push it in and make it nice and smooth. I believe Games Workshop make a plastic one of these, so it doesn't actually stick to the green stuff. Green stuff is pretty stiff. It's probably because it's so old. It's about 10 years old, which suits me, to be honest with you. So all we need to do really is, the best way to apply green stuff in my short experience is to clip off what you need. So you should just snip off what you need with your fingernail or with the edge of the knife here or whatever. Put it onto where you need it to be onto the model, and then mould it, and then sort of smooth it out using whatever you have available, to be honest with you, but just so it fits nicely. Actually, having a look at that, I might actually take a little bit more off that because it's going to be quite difficult to make that smooth. That's going to just look like a lump, so I might just take off a little bit more of that to bring that line up that way. But yeah, I'll do that while I'm doing this, and then I'll do some green stuff in, and then you'll come back and that'll be the finished article. And then all you need to do is spray it and paint it. And there's a paint guide to go with this video as well, for this fella, for this Carnifex. So as you can see, there's a paint guide for this guy, and these are eventually going to be his arms. So let me finish this up. So I'm looking forward to getting this painted, getting this on this guy here with his other one, with his scything talons, and then hopefully this guy is going to be walking in front of the guy with crushing claws, because I basically modelled with the crushing claws because I thought they looked coolest, but realised they're a little bit overpriced and he was dying before he was getting anywhere near any vehicles. So hopefully this new guy will offer a bit of protection. I'll have a lot more luck with the Carnifexes in the future. So if you like this video, guys, subscribe, like, comment. That, fellow geekers, is that.